Hey guys, Kyle the Death Knight of MMA here, bringing you my review for My Hero Academia Chapter 180. And so, was this week just emotional week for Shonen Jump or something? Because first One Piece packs on the fields, then in comes Horikoshi with this chapter, and I'm not gonna say for sure whether or not sure that this is completely the end of Gentle and Laprava's involvement in the overall story, but can I just say how impactful that end of the battle was? And truth be told, if you really think about it, neither side really won. Gentle stopped because Izuku's words made him realize that La Brava is the one who will suffer the most from basically continuing this little continuing this basically invasion, or just this little charade in general, because basically Gentle, he knows everything about this hero system. He knows the ins, the outs. He basically knows everything that there is to know about how this hero system in this society works. And and because of that, he basically knew how the law enforcement system works as well. And because of this inside knowledge, he realized that La Brava is the one who will suffer the most from his actions if he continued, because he he when he did the only thing he could do in that moment, when he basically saw La Brava crying and running to him and even battling Izuku. He realized in that one moment, and of course Izuku's words, he realized the only one thing he could do. Then he surrendered, because because it was the only way he could protect La Brava from herself. La Brava, at the end of the day, admires and respects Gentle so much that if Izuku had really defeated Gentle and forcefully imprisoned him, La Brava would have sworn vengeance and could have very easily become a new and become even greater villain than even Shigaraki himself. But by basically taking in a strange way, Gentle basically took the high road here. He surrendered because he showed Labrava that the decision he made was of his own free will and volition. He didn't just make it because he didn't decide to surrender because he was outnumbered. He just made it because he like let's well, Gentle is basically a master thief. We know this, so I'm sure he has many different escape tricks. But he surrendered because he wanted to show La Brava that he made the decision of his own volition and of his own free will, and that and honestly, it's going to fix everything, but it definitely will lighten the blow in terms of the way in terms of La Brava's feelings towards everything now. Like, I think it'll at least calm. It definitely calmed her down for sure. And she like and Gentle. Like I said, the whole Gentle loving La Brava thing. I'm not sure what the relationship is. I do get more of a father daughter feeling out of it than I do a than I do a than I do a lover relationship, to be honest with you. But like at the end of the day, he just did it because he loves her, and he wants to protect her, and he's just protecting her from herself right now. Because yeah, it would be actually a little, if you consider the fact that Labrava is a hacker, it would actually be considered really dangerous as to how dangerous that she could actually become if she actually developed genuine villainous intent towards this hero system. So yeah, in many respects, can do nothing but respect Gentle for the decision he made, and his desire to protect La Brava. Now, that aside, can we just take a moment? Can we actually just take a moment to appreciate even greater significance that Horikoshi pushed forward in this chapter? Gentle was defeated before the arc even ended, and I know that that doesn't sound like a whole lot of whole lot of something you'd think about, but really think about it. In the cases of most shonen, they usually leave the battle with the main antagonist of the arc until pretty much the end. But Horikoshi didn't do that. Rather, he ended it right in the middle of the arc because he knows there's much more important things he wants to accomplish in this particular storyline. That being character development for the UA students that haven't gotten as much spotlight as they should. Horikoshi wants that to still be the main focus, not the conflict with Gentle. And now that Gentle and Labrava have pretty much surrendered or captured or whatever, Horikoshi is now free to shift his attention back to the person, especially the one person he wants to focus on most of all, Jiro. And as for what's going to happen throughout the rest of this arc, I think there's still going to be conflict, but I can see it being more self-contained now to the students battling each other for popularity. In order to kind of get a sense of what I'm talking about, think of basically the battles in Food Wars. Like, it's going to be a battle between but it's going to be a battle between all the students, except instead of battling with food, that they're basically battling in this whole setting of basically a UA cultural festival of battling for popularity. And yeah, like it's going to be a battle of student versus student now for the most part, which I'm going to enjoy for sure. So now, aside from that, did you guys catch what Izuku did in this chapter? Like, there's basically a panel where we're basically seeing him holding out his hand and pretty much firing air bullets. Yeah, air bullets. Like, Izuku just created this is again, I think one of the things as to why I like Izuku is because he can take the base core of basically any kind of lesson he learns, and he can advance and improve on it. And in this particular case, he basically took the main focus of his training with All Might in developing a long range attack, and he used it to create this particular situation. He created an air bullet technique from pretty much All Might's usual. From All Might's long range punch attack. So yeah, like Izuku, I know other people who dislike Izuku, but honestly, this is one of the reasons why I like him so much, is because he can take these base core ideas and turn them into something greater. And I'm not even saying that the air bullet technique is anything revolutionary or anything new, but at the same time, it's still taking like a base concept and improving on it. So yeah, Izuku, definitely good on you, man. And yeah, I hope to see him using that more. And of course we got him, and of course he pretty much, but even then, of course, he didn't really even use the technique in order to hurt Gentle. He just used it as a distraction in order to use his main technique of St. Louis Smash in order to take out of shoot style St. Louis Smash in order to take out Gentle. And yeah, this is one of the reasons why I like Izuku, because he used so much freaking logic in every single battle he's in. There's never a wasted. For Izuku, I don't think there's ever rarely a wasted move. Every technique is precise as possible with him. And I'm not gonna lie. So maybe I'm just being paranoid about this, but in this chapter there was a scene with Labrava where we basically. There's basically a scene with Labrava in this chapter that has me a little on edge and a little worried that this particular scene might actually, a little bit of dialogue might actually come back to bite UA in the ass later on, which is when we see Labrava hacking into the UA security system. She says she's using a program in her hacking that basically will go unnoticed. Like, the program she has to hack into UA, it's a program that they can go unnoticed to anyone else. And even though Gentle and Labrava surrendered by the end, I'm kind of imagining this possibility in my mind of the League of Villains getting a hold of something like that, like an actual program that can actually hack into UA completely undetected. Uh, and if that does happen, I imagine it's going to be the USG incident all over again, but worse. So and especially with and especially earlier on in these chapters with the whole warning to Principal Nezu about if anything happens that then UA will be forced to shut down. Then yeah, I can definitely see all this kind of coming back into place, and how like the program being used to hack into UA by the League of Villains, and the League of Villains invading, causing UA to shut down. So like if Labrava and Gentle failed, then I imagine the League of Villains are still going to continue the work somehow. But yeah, guys, that's my review. Enjoy the video, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Death Not Runai, signing off. Later, guys.